Hi everyone, my name is Faz Ariai and I'm currently a student here at Lethbridge College, finishing up my final semester here. And I'd like to talk a little bit about my experience here at the college doing online learning. It was pretty positive for me as I was working full-time and completing my education. I'm going to get my ECE diploma here in about 2.5 years total, which is pretty awesome, which means that I took classes all the way throughout the school year and the summer as well. And throughout that process, I was able to work full-time and do all my other activities as well. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the positives, the negatives, and things to look out for. The first thing I want to talk about is the actual online programming itself. When you first log on to Canvas, it's a little bit confusing, but what I recommend is get on there early, get on there at least 2 weeks before your school starts, so you can go through and read every section. Later on in your schooling, you won't need to do this, but at the very beginning, it's really important to go through and read absolutely everything. That way, when assignments come up or a new discussion comes up, you'll be ready for it. Canvas is really awesome for me anyways because I'm not very tech savvy. So once I kind of learned the process, it became much more simple for me. For instance, what I like to do is always check the due dates, because in traditional schooling, your teacher will say this is due at a certain date, and then it's your responsibility to make sure it's in on that at that time. It's the exact same thing with Canvas. So they'll have due dates. What I recommend is get an agenda or something maybe digital and write down all of the due dates so you have plenty of time. What happened to me at the very beginning is I left all my assignments to the end, and I realized that I wasted a month of schooling and I didn't get too much done, and then I had to rush the last month. So it's something you'll learn as you progress throughout the course, but I definitely recommend getting things done early. It's better to have more time in the end as opposed to rushing things. Another thing that was really awesome was connecting with faculty. I found that if I needed to get an answer right away, I could email my teacher and I would get a response within 24 hours. If it was something a bit more urgent, I would give them a call. So I had no issues in terms of getting help when I needed to, or anything else to facilitate my work. Time management is definitely the biggest challenge to online learning because nobody's looking after you. No one's asking you, is your assignment done? No one's asking if you're doing your homework. It's really up to you. A lot of classes, you'll maybe have 4 or 5 assignments all year or all semester, and it'll be really easy to think, okay, well, I could leave that to the end. However, it does pile up on you pretty quick. So number one thing I recommend, get your assignments done earlier, and then that way near the end of your semester you won't be stressing about finishing your courses. Assignments are really easy to upload. You essentially do them on your computer and then upload them straight onto Canvas. Canvas is really simple for that. You can see what's submitted, what your teachers looked at, and then your teachers will send you comments and your grades as well. Another cool thing with Canvas is assuming let's say you're around 60% and you need to see what marks you need to either pass the class or get an A in the class, you can actually type in different marks, and you can see what marks you'll need in the future to attain the mark that you want. Faculty was really helpful. Other classmates were really helpful. There's a place where you can have discussions with classmates. I found that really helpful when I didn't understand something. I found oftentimes my classmates had better answers than the teachers. So that's definitely a really important tool, and I would recommend you guys use it. As for my overall experience, I felt super engaged the whole time. I thought it was done at a pace that I could handle. The assignments were fair. The first year is definitely more difficult than the second because you're still learning the processes. However, it does get easier with time, especially if you're doing second or third year. The only other advice I would give is to make sure you're clear on what your teachers expect of you in terms of writing or readings you might have. Never be afraid to ask teachers for advice or to ask them any questions because they're always available for you. My first year I found that I was a bit shy in sending emails. I didn't want to ask too many questions, but my second year I was I was sending emails every week, and they're super quick, and the teachers are really awesome for that. Other than that, I think it's a really positive experience. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I certainly did. And any other questions you have, like I said, ask your teachers. Thanks.